Welcome to The Lantern's Tale. Tonight's story is true, every word drawn from real events. Listen closely as we uncover the mysterious case of Gloria Ramirez, the toxic lady. On February 19th, 1994, a young woman named Gloria Ramirez was rushed to the emergency room at Riverside General Hospital in California. She was only 31, suffering from advanced cervical cancer. But what happened next would become one of the most bizarre medical mysteries ever recorded. Gloria arrived in pain and confusion, struggling to breathe. Nurses quickly started to draw blood, but as soon as the syringe filled, a strange, ammonia-like smell filled the air. They noticed her skin seemed to have an oily sheen, and her breath carried a sweet, garlicky scent. Odd, but not immediately alarming. Then the real horror began. As the staff handled her blood, they saw unusual particles floating in the sample, manila-colored, almost crystalline. Within moments, one nurse collapsed, then another, then a third. In total, over 20 staff members became ill, some experiencing fainting, some shortness of breath, and some violent muscle spasms. The ER was evacuated. Gloria Ramirez died that night, her heart unable to cope with the strain of her illness and the chaos around her. But the question remained: what had poisoned the hospital staff? Investigators were baffled. Initial theories centered on toxic chemicals used in the hospital itself, perhaps cleaning agents or sterilization gases, but nothing quite matched the symptoms. Then a new theory emerged. Gloria herself had been transformed into a living chemical hazard. Some believed she had used dimethyl sulfoxide, an over-the-counter solvent used for pain relief. In the body, it can convert into dimethyl sulfone, and under the intense conditions of the ER, it was speculated that it may have broken down even further, forming the deadly dimethyl sulfate, a known poison. But there was no definitive proof. Even today, some scientists doubt that this chemical chain reaction alone could explain the mass illness and the eerie crystalline particles in her blood. Family members of Gloria Ramirez refused to believe she was responsible for this chemical disaster. They believe she was a victim, like the hospital staff, of something else entirely. A rare medical anomaly, a tragic series of coincidences, or something more sinister? Gloria Ramirez became known forever as the Toxic Lady, a name that haunts the halls of Riverside General to this day. A young woman's final hours became a medical puzzle no one can solve, and a chilling reminder that the line between the living and the chemical world is far more fragile than we imagine. Thank you for listening to The Lantern's Tale. If you enjoyed this true story, join us next time, if you dare.